Solvency is an issue in which usually the banks put in the agreement, either the banks or the buyer. And what this means is that the target company has to be solvent. And so the way they test for that is there's primarily two tests. There's the balance sheet test and there's the equitable insolvency test. The balance sheet test means, does the fair market value of the assets exceed the liabilities? Or that can mean, is the present value of future cash flows of the deal less the debt, is that positive or negative? If it's negative, then the target is insolvent and it may let the buyer not consummate the transaction. And then the ability to pay your bills as they become due, once a lender or a buyer assesses that the target is insolvent, they may be able not to have a legal ability not to consummate the transaction.
How difficult is it to show that an entity is performing below industry? Because that's another very important barometer for you when you're in litigation, isn't it?
There is tools such as MergerStat, and you can go into much of the data and see how the industry is performing and compare how your company is comparing to the industry. While it's not perfect, there is certainly enough ways to get appropriate data in order to do that analysis. And then in some of the larger deals, it's evident from the analyst reports who the competitors really are. And so in those type of larger deals, it's not hard to compare the target company to the competition and make an assessment as to how the industry was doing versus the target in order to assess disproportionality.